Hi friends, welcome back to Canada Tried and Tested. Day before yesterday, one of the leading newspaper here in Canada published a very interesting article, and the headline says coronavirus prompts some recent newcomer to leave Canada for their home countries. Now, instead of making don't come to Canada if video, I thought I'll give you more meaningful and realistic information with which you are able to better equip yourself to deal with the uncertainties what happens here in Canada. And for this, I will be reading out this article and also giving you context wherever it is applicable. Now, this article highlights how economic and life disruption has been caused by this COVID-19 pandemic. We all know this, right? And it says that it has prompted some recent immigrant to leave Canada and return to their country of origin where they have more social and family connection. They quote the analysis of Statistics Canada's labor force survey. I will be sharing the link below. This measures the number of workers between 15 to 65-year-old by their immigration status. And they say that the number of permanent residents who have been in Canada for less than 5 years has declined by 4%. So you can see the number in 2019 versus what is in 2020. This is significant as for the last 10 years, the growth has been 3% year on year. So this is the first reversal we have seen in long time. This data shows the permanent resident who have been in Canada for 5 to 10 years, and that has also dropped from, you can see the number, to this number in 2020. So you see this has also dropped. Now Robert Falconer, he's a researcher at University of Calgary School of Public Policy, and he says, and I quote, "It's actually not uncommon to have immigrants go back to their home country during recessionary period if they have lost their job. They can go and live with their family and not pay rent." This is a very fact. Say today I and my wife, we don't have a job in hand, so that would be a backup mechanism for us also. We will look for a job. If that does not work, we'll go back because we know that we don't have to pay rent and some of the expenses what happens here, that will not be there. And this is what many of them have done. They can maybe find some social connection and work back home. This happens in most of the cases. Getting back home, they are able to find work again. He also shares the statistics from 2008 and 2009 recession. Even then, it had fallen by 3%. So this had happened during that recession period also. It's a very valid point. He goes on to say that those who have left in the past year might not come back if the economy does not recover quickly. Now, this is a known fact. Most of the immigrants, especially in express entry class, they're coming for a better life and better economic status. Now, this gets impacted when there is no job or when there is no desired job. Also, the fact that they have a 1 foot back home, that creates that additional room for them to go back. And once they go back, for them to come back again requires a lot of courage, especially with someone who has a family to feed. So that is where I see that not many people return to Canada. Study by Statistics Canada released in August 2020 shows that the recent immigrant in Canada were more likely than Canadian-born workers to lose their jobs, mainly because they held them for less time and as a whole are overrepresented in lower wage employment. That includes service sector jobs. Service sector has been hit the most in current times. I completely agree to this. Also, my personal feeling is that there are many who take advantage of the newcomer with so-called volunteering. Now, volunteering does happen for real here, but there are many bad apples too. You know what I mean. Okay. So he says, we make it very difficult for somebody who worked in a profession in their home country to come here and work in the same profession. I've talked about this in my previous video. Most of the people who come here, they either end up doing a wrong job or they get into the profession at 1 or 2 level down, in some cases even at an entry level. That has been the fact. Immigrants come here with aspiration or hope of being able to work and earn a much better living here in Canada than they did in their home country, and they discover that they are actually going to be working in an unpaid, underemployed job. He has hit the nail on the head. I completely agree with his view. Julian Berard, who is an analyst with Statistics Canada, he says that while pandemic has driven down immigration to Canada by about 40% in 2020 compared to 2019, the Liberal government announced in October that Canada is seeking to admit upward of 1.2 million new permanent resident in next 3 years, including the numbers what we know for this year. He says, and I quote, "I doubt this will hit their target this year." Now, Alexander Cohen, he's a press secretary for the immigration minister. He said that the government is very confident that they will meet its immigration target in next 3 years. Okay, he says that, and I quote, "We are already ahead of schedule, welcoming new permanent resident at the rate of 37% higher than the projection." So this is something which I will be doing analysis on the other video with the figure which he has given. What would be the potential invitation to apply in each of the future draw? Now, my opinion is that the future draw might see an increased number of invitation to apply. So what will that number be? Please comment and let me know. I will also be doing my analysis and I will present that to you. He also says that government is focusing on transitioning temporary resident in Canada to permanent status. We have seen that with the February draw where 27,000 candidates were invited. He says, and I quote, "It's the best thing to do for people who are living here. But in terms of this population growth, it's a wash." Why it's a wash? He goes on to say, meaning we are not actually increasing our population. He also says that this policy is necessary but not sufficient to help the government meet its high immigration target this year. As he says, and I quote again, "Not every temporary resident want to become Canadian permanent resident or citizen. Some of them are here to work, to study, and they are perfectly happy to go back home." Where are these people? I really want to know. I'm yet to see. If you know, do comment. He says that the incentive for government is still to try to increase immigration number, which is true. They will have to do this to meet the future target, especially in the jobs related to healthcare and technology. So now you know these two keywords, healthcare and technology. If you are one of them from these sector, you have a better chance of getting the invitation to apply, is what I am able to analyze. Because having fewer immigrant will harm these two sectors more than others. So this is the press secretary from the Minister of Immigration telling this. Andrew Griffith, who is a former director of citizenship and multiculturalism at Immigration Department, he says that immigrants who arrive during an economic downturn tends to suffer economically, at least in short term, and more than those who arrive when economy is growing. Now this is a very fact. Right now, say when the jobs are not here, if you have to move from your home country, come here and you don't find the job while you still have expenses of paying rent, grocery and other things, it's a added stress. So there is a very famous saying, "Don't catch the falling knife." This is what comes to my mind. He also says that maintaining high level of immigration at the time when economy is weak and sectors such as hospitality, retail and tourism are devastated has an element of irresponsibility, and immigrants leaving Canada can reflect a failure of Canadian integration policies. These are very strong words. I also know for the fact that some of the immigrants who have landed here during this time have got job, but then they are very few. So still it is very, very strong words what he has said, and these are something which you all will have to keep in mind when you are planning to come. You all know that I have not shied away from sharing this with you, that life is not as comfortable as it seems on YouTube or Instagram. There is a real struggle for any immigrant who is coming here. Sometimes it takes 1 year, 2 year, 5 year or even more for them to integrate into this new system. So this is one part. The other thing is with this article, this is a very well written article and it has covered almost all aspect. I hope you were able to find answer to many questions which you had in mind. I'm able to see few things which I wanted to highlight, is that it looks like the healthcare as well as technology sector is going to have the inflow. At the same time, there are few sectors which have been hit, might see a lower incoming of the new immigrant. At the same time, if you have seen the press secretary's comment, it looks like the future draws might have more number of invitation to apply issued to keep up with the numbers what is there in the mind. So what do you think? Do comment, let me know, and I will soon come with another video where I will try to do the future analysis. I hope you found today's video interesting. If you liked it, please press the like button as well as do share with your friends. Thanks for watching Canada Tried and Tested.